So Tony accepted my suggestion to write an introduction for my book, and I'm very honored, really, because Tony is a great place in McCartney's musical history. He was also with the Beatles, so he's a man that was a senior engineer at Abbey Road. You know? He's a producer, and he worked with a list of fantastic people. You will find a biography here, along with his introduction, so you can discover how much Tony has done in the musical industry. And so Tony, I will pass the microphone now, so you can introduce yourself to the audience and tell us also why you are I think, the only engineer that has got his name on a McCartney's record.
Right, good evening. I actually feel quite nervous for someone who spent 40 odd years in the music industry to be actually facing you all is quite daunting. But firstly, I'd like to thank Luca for finally getting hold of me for his book. I think I was the last one that he got hold of. It's a great honour. I think it's a fantastic book, a fantastic idea for Paul's work to be represented since he left the Beatles. So I think it's a great book. It was my good fortune as a teenager to write off to Abbey Road and get a job. I wasn't thinking of becoming an engineer, but my passion was music. I was going to be a teacher or a physicist or something like that, but that didn't quite work out right. So I got this job. So you can imagine an 18-year-old being at Abbey Road Studios and being exposed to, I mean, not just the Beatles, but all that music. It was just, dreams came true. But during the course of being a teen boy and a tape op, I met the Beatles and was very fortunate to be part of Paul's journey over quite a few albums. But after he left the Beatles, he asked me to engineer the first band album that he did after he left the Beatles, which, of course, I mean, it's fantastic. And then I remember going home and speaking to my wife, thinking, I'm not sure about this. You know, it was quite a daunting feeling of the pressure that what might come from it, because it was the first band album that he did. But one of the tracks was Mumbo, and we were the #2 control room, which was the famous Beatles studio, which we did it in. And the mixer faced to the big window, and you look down to the studio. And Beatles, Paul McCartney, all their music is very much based around musicianship. Great songs, and go for it. And they were rehearsing. I had all the balance set up, and it was really rocking. And I remember, crikey, something's happening. And I turned around to my tape op and said, "Quick, start the tape machine." And just as he started the tape machine, Paul shouted out, "Take it, Tony." So it's on the tape. So sometime later, when we mixed it, he decided to leave it on. And not only then, but for a short time at Abbey Road, most of my colleagues put little stickers all around the building, "Take it, Tony." So probably my greatest claim to fame, I suppose.
Okay. We're going to listen to a song from that album, and I think it's a